Started the third tied at 21 and quickly down to Ari Wolf.
Guys, one thing that was interesting talking to Coach McDowell is that his expectations are really high. He thought they needed to finish more plays, and in his estimation, they should be up by at least one score, if not two scores. So we came in thinking Albany is such a big favorite. The mentality over in this Valor bench is they should be winning this game right now.
Considering how many mistakes, penalties they had.
Listen, these are the only two teams that won games last week.
Amazing.
These two teams won last week. So they're, Albany's on a little bit of a run right now. The mantra for the Valor is let's just get it done.
Chris Duval gets tattooed at the 9-yard line. Hit by Brian Rakowski. AFL in the first half. Not too shabby.
Extremely solid. Took what the defense gave him, used his legs. You see the pocket break down. He's able to collapse and get outside. I've always known he's got all the skills to get it done. For AFL, it's a consistency thing and a thing about taking care of the football. And look at that. I mean, those numbers are very nice. Very nice numbers. And then you add the TD on the ground as well. He's got to continue to play mistake-free as far as turnovers.
AFL launches, end zone. Incomplete, stride for stride was Varmasoni, along with the intended target, Reggie Gray.
That's a Poco route. You got a post or corner option. And Reggie took a little bit too long to decide. And that's what happens if you get a guy that's a veteran safety that knows how to keep depth. Stay in his back pedal while doing so. He's going to dictate you on the route, try to force you away. If it takes too long, normally the quarterback would come off and come down to something lower.
Ocean man Josh Reese, Gray the catch. Underneath, taken down by Terrence Moore. Terrence Moore has been one of the best defenders in the league. 68.5 tackles, a sack and a half, and 6 interceptions in the regular season in his 8th year out of Troy.
Well, then you throw in the pass breakups and the passes defense. He's got a total of 26 of those from the jack linebacker spot. He will be Defensive Player of the Year. There's no way he can't be the Defensive Player of the Year. The guy's had a tremendous season. He affects the game so much from the box.
3rd and 5, Nelson rifles it, and it's broken up by Sony. Intended again for Gray, it brings up 4th down.
Well, AFL had to wait for a split second, and right on cue, Terrence Moore is able to affect that throw inside. He has to wait for a little bit. Sony has time to collapse and bring it down. But this route is open at first, but watch him go this way and affect this throw. AFL sees him flashing, sees right underneath the window, and has to try to throw around Terrence Moore. You've got to find a way to work those routes either further across the field, inside Moore, or outside to work away from the jack linebacker. Or AFL's got to have better eye discipline.
All right, so 4th down and 5 to go. Early big play in the second half. Marker down, rolling right, AFL. Back across, intended for Gray. It's broken up. And if it stands, it'll be a defensive stop. And it is indeed on Washington.
Klein results to the play is an incomplete pass. First down, Albany.
What a statement by Rob Keefe's defense to open the second half.
And I really didn't like the first play of this drive. You try to take a shot deep. If he's not there, you bring it down. But this right here plays right into the hand of Rob Keefe, and that defense has been solid all year. Good pressure up front, nothing out there. You are done. Give us the ball.
Welcome back. Each time Washington has gotten a stop, and it's happened twice, Albany was able to return the favor right away. And therefore, we're tied at 21, and Washington have the big benefit of being tied, but getting the ball first in the second half, unable to capitalize, and now the umpire take over on downs from the Washington 14. Malachi Jones in motion. And here's Tommy Grady with time. Rifles, end zone, touchdown. One play and a touchdown strike for Malachi Jones.
Malachi Jones for the Albany touchdown.
This guy's special with his speed and ability to cut and move at full speed, but you see press right here, so now Tommy knows he has that window back there to throw the ball into. That makes it easy. You remove the jack. There's no jack linebacker there to help. That makes it easy. You're going jack to the field there. You might want to play a little softer. Force him to take that check down. You can come up and tackle it.
PAT is up and good. Kenny Spencer. Albany gets a defensive stop. One play later, they cash in. And they lead 28-21, early third. .10:50, third quarter. Opening night of the Arena League playoffs. Terrence Smith, top defender for Albany, went down with a serious looking injury, was carted off on a stretcher in the first half. We've received word, and this is straight from Ari Wolf down on the field, that he is at a local hospital being checked on. That's as far as we know on that. So thanks to Ari for that report. Hope and pray, obviously, for the best, because it looked serious when Terrence Smith was carted off. We'll get back to Ari for some offensive play calls, but will it be Washington on offense? Loose in the end zone, still loose, but scooped up by the Valor. That one took a wicked hop off the iron, and the Valor very
how is that guy always near a loose ball? Like every time. Nobody wants to block Greg Carr. He is a big dude running down on special teams, but another great kick from Kenny Spencer, who's had a stellar day. It's out, and woo.
All right, Ari's getting the calls down there. Ari, what do you have?
All right, here we go. Shane, what do you got?
Right now, we're just looking to run a 2x1 30 sail. We got right, wide down, 30 sail.
Watch Reggie Gray on the corner.
Down. There we go.
Good.
Josh Reese on the check down instead, breaks a tackle.
You know what I like is he
near the
added
15.
commentary there. He said, that's exactly what we wanted. I like that. All right, here we go. What do you got, Coach?
They give it to you, we'll do the same thing. Good thing is we have things built in. We're going left, wide down, 30 sail.
Reggie Gray again. You see a couple stop routes on the outside.
From the 15, Arvell Nelson over the middle, it's caught. Reggie Gray, the catch. Right,
so that's one of those built-in things right there. That's built in. If he's over the top, too deep, far field corners too far off, we're going to sit it down.
All right, Ari.
All right, by the way, what I love is as soon as the play is happening, he's doing Sed's job down here. What do you got, Coach?
We're going left, Reese in the middle, 30 pole, or not.
So Reggie Gray on the pole route then. Reggie Gray on the quick end.
Arvell on first. Missed his intended target, Reggie Gray.
Again, that's Terrence Moore affecting that play.
All right, Coach, what's coming up?
Left, 927, jet right to Z.
What's your goal here? Who are you looking
Screen.
for?
Screen
We're
out.
throwing a screen to our most dangerous guy.
Which would be that then.
That would be Josh Reese. Instead, near side, Duval. Forgot about Duval. Yeah, he's pretty dangerous in open space as he skitters forward to the 21 of Albany.
900 passes is the fire or fake. Fake 27. Come back the other way.
All right, hold on 1 second, Sed. What do we got?
30 sail.
Going back to the sail route, guys.
That's the first catch of the night, by the way, for Duval. 30 sail it is from the 21, 3rd and 5. 8 to play in the third. Motion man Reggie Gray. Arvell Nelson fires. Gray caught. Touchdown!
And as much as I've been critical at times about Arvell Nelson at times not staying locked in, this ball right, and I'm only that way because I know how much talent the kid has. This ball right here is laced onto the shoulder of Reggie Gray. He had no choice but to catch this. Watch him dive in, and on the shoulder, he's got no choice but to catch that ball. I mean, that is a rocket.
That's one that'll just stick. That just sticks to you.
That's a great ball right there.
Gray has got 9 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. That one from 21 yards out.
What I love is Shane Stafford's keeping it simple, allowing his guys to make plays. And the most exciting man in arena football, Arvell Nelson, is able to deliver with a laser to big play Reggie Gray.
.7:05 in the third. Deadlock to 28, the first of a 2-game playoff series between the 1 seed Albany and the 4 seed Washington. And Reggie Gray has been phenomenal over the back half of the season and outstanding again here tonight.
And those are huge numbers. And I think that week 5, 1 through 5, I mean, you lose Nick. You go to Warren, who's still on the roster for a couple of weeks. Shane Austin comes in for a couple of weeks.
Oh, the return is Jordan Williams up the middle. And he gets leveled at the 7-yard line. You mentioned all the quarterbacks for Washington. They had the Latin laser, Nick Davila. He went down early in the season with a season-ending injury. Then Smith, Austin, and now Nelson.
And I think, you know, there's some good players. There's a Hall of Famer up there and 3 good quarterbacks. They just weren't able to get it going. And I think since Shane Stafford's come in as the offensive coordinator and got this thing wrangled in and is running it the right way, they've gotten better consistently.
Malachi Jones in motion. Tommy Grady pumps, throws it away. I think there's an argument, and I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I think there's an argument for, as the top seed, a team that you beat all 4 times in the regular season, opening at home in front of the best crowd in the league and beating them by 40, and then in week 2 going into their place and knowing they need a miracle to beat you with this 2-game aggregate scoring series.
In their home building. So what happens if you go there and you lose by 1 or you win a 1-point game in your building in front of your hostile crowd? Right. What happens?
Okay. It's just I'm playing devil's advocate.
What happens? So now the pressure is ratcheted up for you to go on the road and try to get that win. I feel like this is the best way. This is the way I would play.
Ari's been in this league 20 years. It's the first time we've had it this way. We'll get his thoughts. Grady going for it all. Malachi Jones, the sliding catch, and he held on down at the 2-yard line. .40 yards on that one from Grady to Jones.
And this is another laser. Look at that ball. Right in that spot, that sweet coffin corner over there, where only his guy could go over there and get it.
Ari, your thoughts on Albany's decision?
I support Albany's decision because, you know, I liken it a little bit to baseball. You know, you're the home team, you get the last at bat. I think if I'm in the game-deciding game that's going to decide our future, I want it in front of my home fans. So whatever happens here, you know you control things in your own building. So I support what the Empire did.
He only ran. He had to run through parks and stuff. He didn't really have a home field.
Oh, wow. Hit off Benson. Uh-oh. Grady takes it back. Grady has a chance here, but slides down right around the line of scrimmage.
And that's a good business decision. there's a lot of leg and ankle area to hit with that guy. He's 6'7". And can't get the handoff to him. It's that same little sweep to Michael Benson, but a good decision. No reason to take punishment. And his best place on the field is upright in the huddle calling plays, not over on the sideline. We all think, or the coaching staff thinks highly of Mike Faithful, but nobody in that organization wants to see him in the game right now.
Tight formation with Hills. Benson, confusion.
They're going to take the penalty.
They're going to take the penalty as the play clock runs down. Don't want to burn a timeout here.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Give you a little bit more space to work with. Nothing else.
Now you could send Pekarski out. Talk about Pekarski is a guy that can play all three positions up front. He can long snap. Good, solid offensive line. Just 24 years old. Young guy.
Tied at 28, deep in the third quarter. Second down goal.
Watch the screen to Malachi Jones here.
Carr in motion, lofted up to him, jump ball, and Greg Carr hauls it in for the Albany touchdown.
That's a great job by Coach Moss, as well as Coach Keefe, to reward your guy. He blocks his tail off every time down there in the red zone. You give them a shot to go, and they're sniffing other things. You watch the secondary, their eyes are in the backfield and on the other receivers, just like I was calling out screen to Malachi. And they got fooled.
Number 19, Kenny Spencer, in to attempt the extra point.
First catch of the night for Carr is a touchdown. Spencer out of the hole to Mike Faithful. Faithful, a rookie out of UCLA.
See that cha-cha by Spencer? That was a good job. He slowed himself down, did a little two-step real quick, and was able to knock it through. But watch the release when Carr comes around in motion. They don't get any hands on him. You see the Jack trying to get back, but you got a guy that's 6'6". He goes up in high points. Can't do much about it.
I'm glad you mentioned Spencer, because especially with this aggregate scoring, every point. I mean, if you're down by 21 or up by 21, that 1 point is huge. I mean, you've got to look at it that way.
Every extra point counts. Every point counts. But you know, I in the last 2 weeks we've called this guy's name out. How many plays has he really made?
Little plays. Little that are big.
Right, little big plays.
Made about 3 tonight. Again, this is how the playoff format works. It's 2 games, home and home. Let's say Albany won by 5 tonight. They would have that +5 going into next week, and they'd be in their home building. And even if they lost by 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, in this case we're showing you 1, they would still win by a total aggregate score.
I like it. It's awesome. It's awesome. Makes you play everything out.
Spencer off the iron. Duval handles it. Duval crosses the 10, knocked down to the 12. And let's check in with Ari.
All right, here's my question, guys, for next week. So let's not assume that every fan who goes to a game in Albany is aware of this aggregate scoring thing. Let's say Albany does win by 5. Are we going to start the game with the scoreboard saying 5-0?
You must.
You have to, right?
Yes.
That's the only relevant number is the total score.
I would start with whatever tonight's score is.
I
would
agree.
come up.
Okay, first of all, this isn't the NBA.
I do
I'd say
65
maybe,
to 60.
I would say maybe at most the plus number. I'm okay with not having anything and just running the game.
No.
You know
No,
what
you
the
can't
score
do
is.
that.
Can't do
You
that.
got to
Set.
have at least a point.
Said you're
difference.
better than that.
Just because you're yelling doesn't mean you're right, Ari. Slow it down.
And I'm not that much younger than you, partner.
Fired and caught by Reese, who was never touched down. Finally shoved down there by Varmasoni. Actually, he was touchdown, so they'll back it up here a little bit. No, that's a great point. I think you got to put the full score on the board.
You can't have 125 or one. You know, you can't.
We just did it with our example.
We did it on a
115 to
graphic.
111.
This isn't the NBA. Listen,
Hey guys, this is the new world we're living in. We're doing a new playoff format. We can
That's
change
fine.
the rules, Seth.
That's fine.
I
All
think
I'm
the
saying
total
is,
score would be cool.
if you win 5-0, if you win by 5 or you win by 10, put 10-0 on the board to start the game.
I think you put the final score of this week. Reese, unable to go up and get that one, is Brakowski leveled Nelson at the end of the play.
And I'm curious whether or not that decision has been made yet, and if it has been, who I should ask. Because I'm dying to know how that's going to look next week when we show up in Albany.
We had a coach ask us today, and I'm not saying which of the 4 teams, because the last couple of days we visited with all 4 coaches that did not know what we would do if the aggregate score was tied after next week. Now, the natural thing would be overtime, but he still was not quite sure. So we've sorted that out. And if we're tied after tonight, after regulation, it'll go to overtime tonight as well.
Correct. Which, to me, I'm all up for extra football, but I'm sure these guys and their bodies.
That one caught. Duval able to roll ahead for a couple more yards down inside the 15.
I think he thought there was a little more contact on the way than he got when he caught the ball. He's got to just go. He could have had a chance to run with that. He is a dynamic dude with the ball in his hands.
That is the end of the third quarter. Timeout.
3 quarters in the books. It's a 2-game playoff series, home and home. Aggregate scoring, every point counts. Albany, the 1 seed, getting everything they would want from the Valor and more. 35-28 headed to the 4th. 4th quarter begins in D.C. inside Capital One Arena downtown. Albany leads by 7. Game 1 of each of these series this weekend on CBS Sports Network. Game 1 of Baltimore and Philly is tomorrow night, 6 Eastern. Each of these home teams goes on the road next week to face the same opponent. It'll be aggregate scoring, the combined after each of the 2 games. Who's ever got the most points in each series advances to Arena Bowl 31 on a 3rd down play. It's AFL Nelson on the keeper, and he takes it for a 1st down, and that's how this 4th quarter begins, with Nelson and the Valor down by a touchdown.
Hey, Brent, I just want to put a cap on the conversation we had before we went to break. Now, these guys playing overtime tonight. Yeah, it's extra work, but they've got a full week off. Tomorrow, Baltimore and Philly play on a Sunday, and then their rematch is Friday. I don't think it's safe for the players, if they have to play overtime on a Sunday and ask them to come back and play their best with their playoff lives on the line just 5 days later. So I think that's something they got to consider for player safety.
It's not idealistic. However, I've played a Monday night game and then a Thursday game. Didn't matter if it was playoffs or overtime or not, but Monday, Thursday.
Nelson all day fires, end zone, touchdown. Doug McNeil, the 2nd-year man out of Bowie State.
I'm going to tell you right now, Arvell Nelson is locked in. And this offensive line against this front, to give him this kind of time against this front, I mean, look at that job that offensive line did. That was awesome right there. And look at the laser right on the body. Whew.
Smith puts it down for Pat Clark, who knocks it through, and we are deadlocked again at 35 early in the 4th. It's aggregate scoring. It's a fun new twist to the playoffs in the AFL, and we've had a fun one tonight in D.C.
Welcome back to D.C. We got a great football game, and the man next to me, Arvell Nelson, has accounted for all 5 touchdowns, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. Seems like you're in the zone. What are you seeing out there?
Everything that we thought I seen on film. They're giving me everything that we expected, man. I'm just taking what they give me.
Now, our analyst said Bonner, one of the all-time greats, and he was marveling at that throw you made down the field. Seems like you're playing with a lot of confidence. How's the chemistry with your offensive coordinator, Shane Stafford?
Pretty good, man. He listens to me when I want something. I listen to him when he wants something, man. We're on the same page right now. And it feels good, man. We're going to close this game out.
I like how he's always protecting me, guys.
Escorts him off.
Somebody's got to get the little fella out the way. Good job, Mr. Nelson.
Although I've seen Ari, and we've got video proof from years past. He's got some quick twitch.
Shoot, he plays tennis.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he's got cat-like reflexes.
He thinks he's all fit, trying to eat all healthy and stuff.
He is. I've seen the pictures on Instagram. Without his shirt on, so loose up the iron. Oh, it's still loose, the 2, and finally.
You've got to have that if you're the Valor.
It was Jordan Williams.
When you want to shock and upset, you've got to have that.
Williams ended up on it, but you're right, a Valor player literally had that in his breadbasket. How many near misses have we seen off the iron on these kickoffs tonight?
I mean, you have got to have this.
Right there. Wow.
Oh, Alvin Ray had a chance.
Alvin Ray Jackson.
And I think he was being blocked as it was hitting him, so he didn't really realize it was there until it was too late.
Both kickers been good finding the bar tonight, but it hasn't really resulted in, they haven't had much to show for it. So from the 1, Tommy Grady, back of the end zone, back foot throw, incomplete. Obi in coverage intended for Hills. Belton was there as well.
Joe Hills has just had a tough one today.
Dropped a touchdown earlier, and that's rare.
It was extremely rare. It doesn't happen. One of the best sure hand guys you'll find.
And usually he hauls that play in, too.
Absolutely. Usually if he touches it, he catches it. There, he breaks off his route. A little bit out of sync, and they talk about him being at home with Ray, his wife, and we hope she's feeling better. Not coming in till late.
Grady caught. Jones slammed into the boards near side by Obi. Out near the 20. And a gain of 18 for Malachi Jones.
It's the old crab. Crab is a combo for a comeback route. Running from the inside again. It's the same concept as what you get in the red zone when they're running that comeback from the inside of the field. But you cross players the opposite direction. Malachi Jones' ability to get in and out of his cuts, it makes it just look so easy for him.
Yeah, this time Taylor will be in motion. First down, Benson, left side. Spins forward, now near midfield.
Tell you what, Zach Bullock thought he had an easy one. He comes across and the big fella spins off and takes him for a few extra yards. Look at the good balance and power.
Second down 5. We're tied in the 4th quarter. Tommy Grady caught, wide open Hills. Spins down and he's dragged to the turf, but not before he takes it down inside the 5 on a gain of 21.
It's a nice little delay route here. Watch Joe Hills on the outside and look at the pressure up front. But Alvin Ray goes wide. You see the deep zone. And watch him sneak right underneath the jack. That's great recognition. Sneaks right behind the jack linebacker, is able to get into space and make the catch. And maybe that'll get him going down the stretch here.
First and goal. Carr in the game. Toss right. Benson cuts up inside. Dives for the end zone. And he's just shy at about the 1 foot line.
They kind of overrun this play on the defensive line.
His ability to cut up field is impressive. Grady was thinking
look at the
touchdown.
cutback right here.
I thought he was in too. I thought Grady had it right.
I think he has it right as well, but you know, they're not going to complain. Take a little more time off the clock. Score on the next play here. But that looked like it was an easy touchdown.
All right, play clock under 5. Now to 2. Well, that's not gonna.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
You had the official in there That's a tough one to take, to lay a game.
Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see if Michael Benson wasn't in the end zone, because I'm trying to. When did he go down? The knee's not down, knee's not down, knee's still not down.
That's a touchdown.
That is a touchdown.
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not.
Actually, he started to lose that ball.
They got it right.
They did get it right. That's a great job by the officials. We got super slow-mo.
I guess you and I should maybe stick to broadcast.
Yes, we got super slow-mo. Right? That was a great call.
There in his car. Fired. Jones, touchdown. 9th catch of the night, 4th touchdown of the night for Malachi Jones.
I mean, that's just stealing right there. Watch him coming from this spot right here. It's just a little rub right there from Greg Carr, who pretends like he's trying to get across the field. Right here, see him pick off the number 3 receiver. And Frederick Obie, who's gonna go with the motion, but ends up having to try to catch up. And that's why you saw Tracy Belton so upset.
Spencer down the middle. Albany 42-35, midway in the 4th quarter. Game 1 of a 2-game home-and-home playoff series, living up to the billing. Big night, no doubt, for Malachi Jones.
Done it all. Great concentration up against the wall. Route running ability, getting low, making the catch. Again, going down, making the tough catch, and just using quickness. Gets to the edge. Great concentration. Look at the numbers. I mean, that seems crazy to think that that's his season high, 9 receptions. The season he's had.
I think he's just been a lot of games of like 7 and 8. You know what I mean? And
multiple touchdowns.
A lot of yardage games and a lot of touchdown games. Duval hesitates, turns on the afterburners, and spun down at the 12 by Terrence Moore.
Another solid performance from Duval off the net. He's been solid all year.
All right, Ari's got play calls down below.
I'm running with Coach.
You look a little slower than Shane. That's kind of scary.
Hey, I'll break away speed on you, said. You just calm down with your bum knee. Hold on a second. What do we got, Coach?
Hopefully a touchdown.
I like that. Who you looking for?
Looking for whoever's open. No, in all sincerity, we're really looking for who's open, but we're going to try and we'll probably throw it out here to Reese right now.
All right, here it is, caught. It is Reese. Broke a tackle, makes another couple of guys miss, and dives down inside the 15. Good play call right there. A gain of 24 on the hookup from Arvell Nelson to Josh Reese.
Watch the quick move back outside.
Hey, is Sid going to take credit for that play call because he knows his offense? Hold up.
He didn't even give him the
We're
play.
going trio, Z-Loop, 30 sail. Wide down, or wide over.
Got the corner out, and watch Reggie Gray. Oh.
Instead, it's underneath on the check down, Gray.
Well, see, that's a built-in, that's a hot. So when the motion comes, Rob Keefe wants his guys up tight to take that hot away.
Tackle made by Mario Norman and back to Ari.
They're going to take Duval out of the game here. So he's handling substitutions as well. All right, what are we looking for?
Well, I don't want to say it too early because they may be watching and then giving the play to the, the other team.
Sure.
That would be a first if they could communicate it that quickly.
I know, wouldn't it? It'd be awesome if that worked, but that's not that cool.
We're safe, right?
We're going to run looky. We're going to throw a quick screen to Reggie Gray here. It'll get 4 yards.
From the 8-second 3, there it is to Gray, and it didn't. He gets popped and pushed backwards by Terrence Moore.
I like his paranoia that people can get the play call that quickly. I'm impressed.
I like his confidence that it was going to get
every
4.
play he calls is working.
He had 2 choices to go direction-wise, and he went the wrong way and met Terrence Moore. That was a strong tackle.
I like that Ari pushes your buttons because I like to do it on my own. And
Somebody has to.
Nice
He's a Hall of Famer. Everybody loves him. All right, what are we doing here?
You must be talking about the big guy up in the booth as a Hall of Famer. I know that's right. We're just going to get the first down here and run a quarterback sneak.
There it is, Arpel over the top, and he got it. Call there, down inside the 5.
I love Shane's calm demeanor. And, you know, he loves this game. I love his demeanor right now.
Gave you a nice shot out there.
All right, don't give Set any more credit, all right?
Hey, don't throw people off the pile. They're so flat.
All right, what are we going for here?
All right, here's a great thing. We're going to throw a fade. We might throw a fade, or we might throw it to Reggie Gray right here, backside.
Here it is on the fade. Looking for McNeil, contact and a flag down with Varmasonian coverage.
He tried to act like his hands were behind his back, but this is a hold. This is a good call here.
Defensive pass interference, number 10. Ball will be half the distance to the goal line and an automatic first down.
Watch here, he ties him up as he looks back. See the hands right around there? That's a hold. Then he lets go, tries to put his hands down real quick. Watch him let go. See the
Here we go. What do we got?
You ready for this one? Yeah. We're going to send about 800 pounds at the goal line and see who can tackle.
Okay, here we go.
It's James Gordon. And he gets shot down, falls forward at the 1.
I'm telling you, Sid, you better hold on tight to your job because Coach Stafford's analyzing every play beautifully as it happens. All right, here we go.
Done. This is kind of a mess around play.
A mess around play. Arpel off the right side. Dives in on the quarterback keeper for the Valor touchdown.
What a great drive. Yeah, I never got contact. That was a great job by that right side. Deontay Savage going Savage. Clearing that whole right side out.
Clark down the middle. Tied at 42 with 2.5 to play in game 1 of this 2-game home-and-home playoff series here in our nation's capital with one of the most electrifying players in the league, Arpel Nelson. Game summary tonight. Albany's got the edge in total yardage. Malachi's had a big night. Arpel has probably played his best game of the season. And he's got his 4-seed Valor tied to the top seed Albany at 42 with 2:30 to play.
I think towards the end of this game with the aggregate scoring, you might see it played out like a normal traditional first half where you start seeing onside kicks, trying to get extra quick possessions, trying to get extra points.
Here comes the high popper down the middle. Malachi able to fade away, make the catch, and go safely to the turf.
Trying to figure out, is there something that this kid doesn't do?
You're going to have to tell me if you see, because I'm telling you what, he needs to get some looks, too.
Well, he's still young enough. He's a young fella, young kid. Tremendous talent, still learning his craft, but he is learning at a rate that's, I mean, it's incredible.
Grady's 18 at 28, 260. 5 touchdowns and a pick. Jones, the crowd. Jones dives in to the 12-yard line. Keep feeding him. That's 10 catches. Out of Appalachian State, TJ, a wide receiver for the Lions in the NFL. Rocket Ishmael is his godfather. How about that? And played in the National Arena League, and he was the Rookie of the Year, and then got the call up to the AFL. Rocket Ishmael, he was a contemporary of yours, if I'm not. You're not that old, are you?
Yes.
You
Yes,
don't look
I am.
it.
I am. Thank you.
Jones in motion toss. Benson finds a crease and takes it down to the 7 with a 1:05. That'll take us to the 1-minute warning. Again, it's aggregate scoring. These
There's
two
1
teams
minute
square off.
remaining in second half. The 1 minute timing rules are now in effect. Each team has 3 timeouts. Timeout.
We'll square off in leg 2 of this next week. Still some things to be done in the final 60 seconds tonight. Tomorrow night, 6 Eastern, the playoffs continue. The Baltimore Brigade, the Philadelphia Soul. Don't miss more AFL action. Home and home series begins there tomorrow. Leg 1 of this 2018 playoff series. Sed and I are on the road immediately. I'm going to race you there. No, I'm not. I'm not going to race you. I'm going to drive the speed limit. I'm just going to get out of here quicker than you do. And then I'm going to drive under the speed limit all the way there. So are you. But we're heading there for tomorrow night. John Meter-Perrell will be on the sideline with us. And then
30-second charge timeout to Washington. First of the second half.
Those two teams will bounce right back and play on Friday night in leg 2 in Baltimore, while these two teams play again next Saturday night, so they get the normal week next Saturday night in Albany.
But listen, after already playing each other 4 times through the regular season, gonna look at the schedule right here on CBS Sportsnet. It's gonna be fun, man. I still waiting to see some of the strategies that play out and how you're gonna go about attacking or trying to get points. And if you're Albany, you're just trying to come out here ahead. You're trying to get home ahead. Because you know how they feel in that building with the crowd. They get home ahead, it's going to be tough for anybody to go in there and win.
In motion, Jones. Grady back of the end zone, hauled in by Hills at the back wall for the Albany touchdown. And that's 93 straight games with a touchdown for
regular
Joe Hills.
season.
Sure.
It's his ninth straight regular season game, or excuse me, postseason.
9th straight postseason.
But regular season, he's got 92 in the regular season. That's just a blown coverage. You see the switch outside, and you see Obi's upset. He's going to take the motion, man.
Spencer knocks it through.
Plenty time. Both teams have plenty timeouts. But watch outside. That's a good job by that offensive line. It's a great ball. Good catch by Joe Hills. But at the start of this play, there was a mix-up in coverage. And you see Fred Obi was upset because he's supposed to take the motion, man.
Hey, guys, I want to do something Seb would never do. I want to give credit to both kickers, the holders, and the long snappers, because every point is so critical, guys, and the guys have been perfect all night.
Are they finished, Ari?
Well, they're not finished. You got
Way to ruin it. Good job.
Go this deep into it. It's a pretty good job.
That's a great job. You're absolutely right, Ari Wolf.
Ari, should I tell you, is it appropriate in our friendship to tell you when you're making a point and Sed is up here shaking his head, or should I just?
I just disagreed. I wasn't shaking my head.
You get that look on it.
I want there to be a full-time Sed cam, because he's always making gestures.
Yeah,
He can't believe the quarterback missed the open read.
Right.
This guy doesn't know this. He doesn't know this. It's hard being with the GOAT, you know? He knows everything.
Whatever.
And I would never want to come between you guys. You guys have been, this is like 2 decades you guys are going on.
Whatever, dude.
I only started to like him in 2012. It was a gradual process.
So here we are at 49-42 Albany, 50.8. Onside kick not going to go the distance. And it still doesn't. Well, I don't know about that. What's Spencer trying to do there?
Well, I think that was the whole point. I don't believe he wanted it to go the full distance. Because if it continues to bounce out or they get some kind of ricochet, then they're going to force, because he doesn't even touch that thing. You see, they're just trying to secure the ball and make sure nobody picks it up. You see that was intentional. So trying to force this team to execute down in the red zone. They still have 2 timeouts left. Or excuse me, 3 timeouts, speaking of Albany. So they're trying to force this team to execute down in the red zone.
Motion man Craig from the 8. Nelson pumps, fires, pass short. What a grab by Gray with
And
the penalty
PI.
flag.
And the PI.
Big player Reggie Gray.
Holding.
Again.
Defense number 10. Penalties decline. It's also the play. Touchdown.
With Sony draped all over him.
This is a great score. I mean, a great ball. So look at the spot, and Reggie just stabs it. I mean, it was such a good catch. Farmasoni was shocked that he was able to.
Shocked. That was awesome. So Washington not going to go quietly. P.A.T. Clark, huge, ties it, 49-all. A 1-play drive, 8 yards, 3 seconds off the onside kick that failed, that they didn't really go for anyway, Albany. So now we're at 49-all. Well, I'll get to the big picture in a moment. Arvell, here's what he's done in the second half.
Just throw some lasers. Reggie Gray's been a big part of that. See Dangerfield with a nice catch. And then using his legs again. That's 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, and another great throw to Reggie Gray. The spot was spot on that throw.
So Seth, big picture, here we are. It's a home-and-home playoff series. We're going to go to Albany next Saturday night for leg 2 of this. If it ended like this, it would be 49-all, so it comes down to a 1-game series, 0-0 next Saturday. If you're Albany, do you want to run this clock all the way down and score right before the gun and essentially have a 7-0 lead going into the second leg of this playoff series in your home building next year?
You can try to do that. However, there's still two timeouts left for the Valor. They still have 2 timeouts, and you still got to get some first downs. If they onside kick, then that's a different story. You're not going to be able to run it out.
Would you onside kick here, considering the whole big picture?
Yes, because I want another possession. I would. I want another possession if I'm Washington. So I'm definitely onside kick.
All right, here comes Pat Clark. Everybody is up for Albany. And he kicks it deep, nobody back. Now chasing it. It bounces in the end zone. Nice hop here. And a good decision to give himself up by Jordan Williams. So that was the decision, to go deep with nobody back.
Well, they're trying to get a bounce that they can handle and get a carom off the net. But now you've given Albany the full field to work with. You've only got 2 timeouts left. You've given them the full field to work with. Now they can burn the clock if they convert some first downs.
And Albany, no doubt, wants to burn clock here. They
Absolutely.
aren't going to go for the first best touchdown and keep lengthening this.
No, unless, I mean, it's hard to say, but listen, I think they're going to chew it up, get a few first downs, score as it's running out.
This is new territory for everybody. Hills. And you wonder what the coaching staff is saying right now, as Hills gives himself up with 41.9. I'll tell you, he dropped that ball pretty
But once
at about the identical time that he gave himself up.
But once he gives himself up, he gives himself up.
If you're Washington,
And he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it out of bounds.
Yeah. Understood. Jones in
which
motion.
you just did.
Grady with 41.9. Second down 4. Over the middle, Jones off to the races. Tackled just shy of midfield.
You don't know how good this is by this young guy. Grady steps out to throw the 30 stop to him. He's right in the middle of the field. Alvin Ray Jackson takes off, but his recognition and vision.
Timeout, Albany, first charge to the second half, 30-second timeout.
Watch this guy is going to jump the route, get right underneath it, and watch the vision by the rookie as he comes down and he sees him. Quickly resets, gets across the face. That's a great job by Malachi Jones. I mean, that's a good route adjustment by a young guy.
49-49. So they burned their first timeout. Each team has 2 left. If Washington, if this game were to end, well, either way, it's got to go to overtime. Even though this is a 2-game series going forward, they're going to play overtime. So we will have a team who goes into next week with the lead.
Yes, but if you're Washington and you could somehow be that team that has that lead, now there's a lot of pressure on the number 1 seed.
You could go into Albany with a 7-point lead. That'd feel pretty good.
It would.
25.5 of the clock. First down and 10. Tommy Grady looking for Malachi and miscommunication.
No, that's a throwaway. That was really good coverage. You see him not trying to go deep, not trying to score. Tommy just throws it away. I think I was kind of reading Les's lips, and I think he's running X fade Y comeback. We're going to get Malachi Jones going out of bounds. Right up in here.
Tommy Grady. Jones threw it away again, row 1. So now you got third down and 18.5 on the clock. This one could be headed to overtime.
So the pass rush starting to get home. Good bull rush right there from Jake Payne. But I'll tell you, Ryan Cave has had an all-arena type season, doing a good job. Tommy Grady's only been sacked 4 times on the season. And I think one of those was Mike Faithful.
Jones in motion. Grady in trouble. Threw it away with Gordon in his face.
That should be intentional grounding. He threw it, but it should be intentional grounding.
The Valor want to say it's a fumble, but it wasn't. And now the marker down.
That's intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding by the offense. Spot foul. Loss of down. 4th down.
You have a tight end there. However, there wasn't any. He was blocking. The tight end is here, so he's an eligible receiver, but he's locked up blocking. He's not looking for a pass. That's the right call. That's the right call.
James Gordon has come up big late with some hurries of Tommy Grady.
The commissioner is on the scene. That's the right call. The tight end's there, but he's blocking. You can't, it doesn't matter that he's there. He's blocking. He's not expecting a pass.
Benji McDowell has called Riley Johnson over to, I don't know what the discussion is here, said, but they've stopped play here to explain to McDowell what he's facing here.
It's 4th down.
He's taking a lot of time with 14.7.
Well, if I'm Coach Moss here, I'm getting with my quarterback trying to figure out what we're doing here.
Intentional grounding by the offense. It's a spot foul, loss of down. It'll be 4th down, and Washington has declined the 10-second runoff. It'll be 14 seconds, and the clock will start on the snap of the ball.
Interesting.
Well, it's 4th down. They want an opportunity.
Sure.
At least they'll get a couple plays out of it. Maybe even have Pat Clark come on and kick the game-winning field goal.
So Washington could end up, if they can get a huge stop here,
they need to focus up right now.
A chance to run a couple of plays.
Right, absolutely.
And have a walk-off win.
But they also have to get a stop. It's just because it's 4th down and, what, 22?
Sure.
Doesn't mean, or 23, doesn't mean.
Timeout, Albany. And it's their second charge to this half.
So they burn their second timeout, Albany does. Boy, we knew it was going to be interesting with this new playoff format. The way this thing is coming down just adds more drama to this storyline. 4th and 20 coming up after this intentional grounding on Tommy Grady.
And you can clearly see the tight end is blocking. Not looking for a pass, and Tommy's just trying to get out of his hand. Oh, I think they're going to go for field goal here.
Said, why field goal here? So many bad things can happen on a missed field goal.
I agree. You've got, and not to mention, Chris Duval is one of the 2 guys in the league with a touchdown return in the return game. So, tough decision here. And if it gets blocked into the end zone, I mean,
it's a 52-yard attempt. Kenny Spencer, only 9 feet between the uprights. And he's short and to the right, and now a return opportunity. You kind of look at the clock with 5 seconds.
Don't dance
Duval
around.
goes down.
Don't dance.
With 3 seconds. So a 52-yard attempt. Rarely do you see those in the indoor game. From Kenny Spencer was short and wide right. Duval didn't get much on the return, and a lot of time went off the clock.
Here's my thing. You got to know the situation. Catch beeline for your most open area to get out of bounds. It's extremely short. So I'm attacking one direction. I'm not going to make any cuts. Keep going and get out of bounds.
He was wanting to take that baby to the house and
Listen,
walk off.
we can win the game another way. I don't have to return it for a touchdown.
Washington. 30-second charge timeout. Second of the half.
I need to put my offense or my kicker in the best position possible, as well as salvage some seconds.
All right, so the way it shakes out, you got 3 seconds. And you're going to get probably 1 play. What would you do here if you're the Valor?
Listen, I think Pat Clark is a phenomenal kicker. I really do. So I would entertain that thought. I would really entertain that thought. My only problem with that aspect is Cato Bishop's blocked kicks in his career. Joe Sykes blocked kicks. These guys can get after it, put pressure inside. But I'm just trying to see who is your guy on the other end that can go down and make plays.
Clark is pleading with McDowell, saying, I can hit this. It'd be about the same as we just saw. It'd be about a 52-yard.
I wouldn't. He's a good kicker. He's a really good kicker.
By my count, it'd be about a 51 to 52-yarder.
But The only problem is, like I said, there's a lot of guys on that front that have blocked a lot of kicks in their career. And if you have one blocked and they fall on it for a touchdown to win the game, but I do believe it's in Pat Clark's range.
You look for a bounce off the net here, or something underneath? And
I don't know.
one play for Arvell Nelson in regulation. He's sacked back at the 5, and that's how regulation ends in the first of this home-and-home playoff series.
We'll proceed to overtime.
Wow.
If your guys weren't ready to block,
Then
you have no chance.
Wow.
I mean, you got no chance right there.
Cisse was in
zero
there.
chance.
Brandon Cisse up the middle, sacking Arvell. Overtime.
And if you're Washington, not what you wanted, you had a chance there.
We go to overtime.
Boy, I see fans heading to the exits here. I don't think they understand that.
Is it too late? This is Saturday night. Where are they going?
Unless there's confusion said that because it is an aggregate series, that this is sudden.
Hey guys, I just think most people, the only aggregate sporting event they're familiar with is soccer. And they wouldn't play overtime if the first game was a tie. So I think they just think it's over. I mean, a lot of the people are headed out of the building right now. I feel like I want to run and stop them all and bring them back.
This is amazing.
Wow.
Well, we're playing overtime. I can tell you that, whether anybody's here.
In overtime, it's like starting a whole new game. It's like the 5th quarter. Each team has 3 timeouts. It's a sudden death after each team has a possession. Okay? Any questions? All right. Just like in the beginning, you're the visitors. What's your call? Heads. Heads, and it is heads. All right, you can either kick. I want to kick. Which way you want to defend? Washington will receive first possession in overtime. Good luck, gentlemen.
Overtime in D.C. Leg 1 of a 2-leg home-and-home playoff series in the AFL. It's leg 1 of a 2-game home-and-home playoff series. The difference between this and other aggregate situations in other sports, namely soccer, is that we play overtime in game 1. There are no ties. There has to be a winner here. Each team gets 3 timeouts. Each team gets at least 1 possession. Then it's sudden death, unless there's a defensive score on the first possession, and that ends the game.
Aren't we all winners here, though?
We are all winners.
Since we're getting extra football?
This is absolutely.
We're getting 5th quarter football.
I need to explain. And now there are fans you see coming back into the building. There were many fans that left after regulation because they thought it would end in a tie because of the new playoff format. Chris Dufault gets hammered inside the 5, and again it's Terrence Moore with the special teams tackle. So unless Albany gets a defensive touchdown here, regardless of what Washington does, Albany will get the ball once. Then it's sudden death from that point on.
And the other, I found this out the hard way, we did. The possession doesn't mean you can't onside kick. They need a possession. So they actually have to have a possession.
Yes.
You can't onside kick them after you score. You have to kick it. They need a full possession, or at least a play from scrimmage.
These two teams match up again next Saturday night in Albany. On the corner route, it's dropped by Gray. Good coverage coming over and closing quickly was Varmasoni.
Really like the throw, too. Arvell, again, has continued to stay on point. It's a really good ball. Comes out a fraction late. But Reggie's got to bring that one in. We've seen him make tougher catches than that.
So second down from the 5. Motion man is Gray. Tied at 49, just underway in OT. Only the 5th playoff overtime game in league history. And we're enjoying it in our nation's capital tonight. Sony again has been all over the place tonight.
He's definitely one of those scrappy guys that understands what he's looking at. Nice job on those first 2 plays. Came out and ran 30 sail. 2 quick incompletes. And it just seems when this defense needs to bolster up or buck up, they tend to find a way to do it.
Yeah, say the least. Reggie Gray, the motion man. Gray dropped it.
You let the ball get into your chest, and that's what happens. And Arvell throws a hot one. Comes out with a lot of pace, but stick your hands out. He's looking to run and do a lot with it.
So now it's 4th and 10.
Wonder what the call here is. I do like every now and then using 2x1, but they're going to go trips here. We got a lot of speed with Duvalt in the middle. Got a free play.
Sykes jumped off, sacked in the end zone, but it doesn't matter. It was a free play. Would have been a safety, would have ended the game, but everybody in the building knew that Sykes had jumped.
And pass interference.
There are 2 fouls, both on the defense. Offside on the defense. That penalty is declined. Holding number 10 on the defense. That penalty is accepted. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Wow. On 4th and 10, what a turn of events. Washington absolutely gets bailed out. Automatic first down.
Right there, there's the first jump. And then on the back end, watch Hobbs right there.
You go from a safety to end the game potentially to instead an automatic first down out to the 15 for Washington.
Clock still showed 4th down, but it's, or the scoreboard, it's first down.
In overtime, an offside penalty. It's basically one and done. That was an offside by number 1 on the defense. Therefore, that's the end of the half for him.
So Sykes has got to leave the field now. Wow.
And that's the thing. They took the penalty, or the pass interference penalty.
Right. They took a different penalty. They didn't take the offsides. So technically he should not be charged for that.
But you only get one. You don't see, you see Lesson, he didn't have one. But you in overtime, you only get one time to jump off sides, where in regulation,
then you get ejected.
If you jump off 2 times, you're done for the half. Overtime, you get one chance, one time to do it, you're out.
This one you thought you'd seen it all. Arvell Nelson floats it out on a jump ball. Doug McNeil plus the penalty marker comes in late with Farmasoni in coverage. And it's going to be offensive pass interference on McNeil. Negating again at 22.
Offensive pass interference, number 18. Penalty is half the distance. First down.
And Sony comes up limping. On top of everything, Sony is limping coming off the field.
That's just 2 guys competing for the ball. I mean, I don't want to. He's going to run the wrap right there. He gets over the top. There's no push. Sony's already falling. There is no push
No way.
offensively.
That's incredible.
I'm going to just leave it at that.
My goodness. Sony's going to stay in the game. Again, they're already down Terrence Smith, who was stretchered off in the first half and is at a local hospital being checked out. Sony's going to have to play banged up and see if they go after him instead. Drop it down, far boards, Duval sprints ahead, near midfield and near the first down marker. My goodness. So Albany gets bailed out on a call, and then Washington.
I guess it kind of
Evens it out a
Evens
little,
it out.
little bit.
Unfortunately,
I don't know. McNeil had taken it down inside the 15.
it was a great play.
In any case, the football is at the Washington 24. Second down 2. Far boards caught. First down, Reggie Gray.
It's a really good job of hitting the hot route.
Again, Albany still gets to have possession here.
Correct.
So even if Washington scores, the only way this thing ends on this particular possession is if Albany gets a defensive touchdown. First down and 10. In Albany territory. Arvell with all day and throws it into row 1.
That was the first time Arvell was kind of out of sync with what his receivers is doing. He's been out there making the plays, the right reads.
.49 all in overtime. Leg 1 of a 2-game home-and-home playoff series. They play again next Saturday night in Albany with aggregate scoring. But somebody is going into Albany with a lead already built in. And Doug McNeil busts through a Barmasoni tackle, gets the first down, takes it inside the 10-yard line.
That was a strong reception. Doug McNeil runs right through it. It's 30 pole. Good eyes by Arvell Nelson. You see him look left or look right and come back to the middle. Moves the defense a bit. He's able to stick it on his receiver.
First and goal from the 9. This again, the first possession, and it's been a long one, of overtime. Motion man is McNeil. Arvell looks right, guns it. And it's broken up. Incomplete, intended for Gray. And then shoving afterwards. And a late penalty marker flies in.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 45 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal line, automatic first down.
And that's on Brian Brikowski. There have been so many ebbs and flows to this drive for both sides.
Well, he just throws that one a little too hard and he just won't let go. And it's nothing malicious, not trying to hurt him, but he just won't let go. Just let go of the jersey. Come on, Brick. Make the plays.
First and goal from the 4. Motion man McNeil. Arvell keeps it. Arvell getting a shove from behind on the second and third effort. They blew it dead. They're going to give him a gain of about 1.
Did he try to hand the ball to Otoye?
I hope not.
I think he did, because that's who ended up with it.
Seems like a dangerous proposition.
I stood in the elevator with this dude and I was...
Oh, you're saying right off the bat. Yeah.
He tried to give it to him, and then he tries to take it away and run it.
Boy.
That could have been disastrous.
It was a toy, yeah. Jeez.
And the end of that play is evidence enough why you don't put it in there again.
Second down goal. 7 to play in the first overtime. Arvell wide open. Reggie Gray, the touchdown for the Valor.
Oh my goodness. And again, the crafty veteran, the crafty vet with the quick feet. Watch him hit him with the 1-2 right here. And it's going to be wide open. Oh my goodness.
That's pretty.
Oh my goodness. That's the second time. One's out, one's in.
Pat Clark. Huge. The Washington Valor, 2-10 in the regular season, the 4 seed. Albany was the best team all year, 8-4, the 1 seed. Albany got the choice. They said, we'll go on the road first. And here they are in danger of coming back home for the second leg of this 2-game home and home and starting down by 7 on the scoreboard.
I have to tell you right now, this is one of the cleaner games that I've seen Arvell Nelson play. And it just shows you, speaks volumes of his talent level when he is locked in. And you got to give Shane Stafford a ton of credit. He's come in and totally revamped. They were running the same offense, but he's come in and put his spin on it.
Hey guys, here's my question. If Albany scores, do you go for 2 in the win?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Do you onside kick here is my question.
No.
I would.
More plays means more chance for turnover. If you're Washington's defense, making Albany run more plays, you're going to get more chance for turnovers. I'm not going to onside kick.
No, recover the onside kick.
Come on, man. But then you're also giving them a chance with 2 guys that have been unstoppable.
Recover the onside kick.
You're also giving. Do you even look at numbers?
Hey, you got to have the guts of a riverboat gambler. They've got nothing to lose, said.
Riverboat gamblers don't get rings most of the time. Sometimes they get
Brett
lucky.
Favre did.
Once.
56-49, the Valor. I made the statement early on. I questioned it about the idea of playing at home first. Albany decided to go on the road first. And they're in danger of coming home down by 7. They're going to get a chance to come down and score here. And if they do, we keep playing. If they don't, Washington will go to Albany, +7 on the scoreboard in leg 2 of this series next week. And the ball falls off the tee.
And besides we were talking about that onside kick.
Yep.
They have to have a possession. So
they have to have a possession, right? Listen, we're all new to this.
We are.
This new format. And I can almost promise you that question has been asked during this game. What if we onside kick? Pat Clark. Off the iron. Loose. Still loose. End zone. Still loose. Picked up. The Valor say they have it deep in the corner. It's going to be Albany football.
The kick hit the end zone wall, therefore it's dead, and touchback, first down, Albany.
Said, what else? You knew that ball was going off the iron, right? I mean, based on everything we've seen tonight.
Ooh, look at this look. Look at this look. Yeah, that's a great call. It went off the wall. So, as I said earlier, the more plays you make them run on the field, the more chance there is for mishap, turnover, fumble, whatnot.
All right, if Washington had recovered that, is the game over then?
They had a chance for possession.
So it would have been over. Penalty marker down. Hill's the catch. Dives forward to the 18-yard line.
I think this is going to be Dunmore came across and tried to jam
Illegal substitution on the defense. He never got off the field. Penalties decline. First down.
It's on the kicker. That's a kicker running off. He's still mad that they didn't recover that. Come on, we got to have better effort out of that than that, Pat Clark. You're a good athlete. You can run, man.
From the 18. First down and 10. Albany's got to get a touchdown to keep the game going. Tommy Grady throws late, far side, incomplete, diving attempt by Jones. And Belton wanted to say he made an interception off the boards, which is a live ball.
It is a live ball, but I'm not so sure it did go. The ball
hit the turf.
Hit the turf, it looked like. And then, no, it hit the turf twice.
Jeez.
Come on, Tracy Belton.
I mean, when you're going to react like that, you pique our interest.
He just lost all credibility.
Second down, 4.5 to play. First overtime. Grady wants it all. Joe Hill's the catch. Down at the 4-yard line, tackled by Obi on a gain of 27.
And
this is just throwing it up.
All reliable. That's a great catch. Good job of getting him on the ground by Obi. At least give yourself a chance to play some defense.
First and goal. Just inside the 5. Benson in the backfield gets hammered and taken backwards.
That's a good job, James Gordon. Been battling injuries all year long. Having a big night. Watch him scrape right through, unblocked. Cave's not able to get off of David Washington to get up to the second level. That's a great job. Jake Payne able to come over and clean it up.
Backed him up to the 7, second down call. Albany needs a touchdown to extend the game. Motion man Hills. Grady looking for Hills, overshot him. Good coverage. O'Shea Dunmore, the rookie out of Southern Oregon, back there.
He is trying to get in Joe Hill's grills. Good size guy, 6'3". So they're matching him up with Joe Hills.
Timeout, Empire.
Timeout. Timeout. Albany, first charge of the overtime.
Even Riley Johnson's losing his voice. What a night. I mean, what more do you want? Tomorrow night, we're in Philly. Leg 1 of that series. You and I said will be on the call. John Meter-Perel down on the sideline. All the postseason games on CBS Sports Network. Baltimore and Philly, game 1 tomorrow. And then next Friday, game 2 of that series. Next Saturday, game 2 of this series. It's aggregate scoring, but we must have a winner of game 1, and that's why we are in overtime. At the moment, Albany would go back home for leg 2 of this series and be down by 7 when the game kicks off. But this is their first possession of overtime, an opportunity to tie it and extend this football game.
Watch the comeback route from Malachi Jones.
He's the motion man. Third and goal, Grady, wide open, back of the end zone, touchdown, Joe Hills. And now, it comes down to a PAT.
No, they're going to go for 2. I told you that.
Well, they have the opportunity to kick a PAT.
And Ari thinks they're going for 2 as well. But look at the crash right there, and that's where it's lost.
Second of the overtime series.
They're going to discuss it, that's for sure. But you're right. Looks like they're going for 2 in the win.
I'm okay. I'm in the win, or you're down 1 at home in your building. You're down 1.
Hey,
I'm okay with
guys, it was a no-brainer. Immediately, Coach Keefe called they're going for 2. And you know, in this situation, you don't have that much to lose if you're Albany. If you go in next week, you're down 1 point. Big deal.
Thank you, Ari Wolf. Finally.
And for some pretty outstanding drama.
I mean,
it does.
What more could you ask, considering this new playoff format?
And I'm telling you, and then going into next week, like the hype ought to be real fun all week. Is it Washington show they can play with the best team in the league?
And that atmosphere in Albany has been awesome all season. It's going to be standing room only.
Listen, not to say that there's going to be doubt in Albany's mind, because there's not. They still feel like they're the team that's going to win this championship. But you kind of dominate a team and run away with all the games you played them, and then all of a sudden,
here we go.
Somebody's
going to be +1 next week. This for the win tonight for Albany on a 2-point conversion. Grady tosses, caught.
They got it.
Greg Carr and Albany.
That is the end of the ball game.
On the road, takes leg 1, and they will be 1 point up when they go home next week for leg 2 of the series after winning in Washington in overtime, 57-56 here tonight.
That is a great play call and well executed. Watch where he starts right here. He's just sitting in the back of the end zone. You see Trace Belton trying to run to the opposite side. They void the area. They showed a run formation, and then they released everyone. You see the tight end went out, the fullback went out, and Greg Carr. Could anybody be more deserving of the 2 catches, 2 touchdowns between this week and last week? Greg Carr has made all the little plays for his team. He deserves all those plays.
Said they're going to play. They're going to challenge it. You may as well. Nothing to lose. They're going to challenge it. Said if it holds up this way, if you're
Washington.
All right, so his mic isn't working, but the bottom line is Washington is going to challenge this, and we're still not quite done here in D.C. tonight. They're challenging the catch.
Which I didn't.
And Brent, for what it's worth, I just heard Greg Carr tell both Coach Moss and Coach Keefe he caught it. He said it's not even an issue.
But
you guys have
like,
a better look. But
Greg
you may
Carr,
as
well.
Yeah, it looked like he caught it. It looked like a catch to me as well.
All right, Riley Johnson is going to talk to the guys in our
Anybody
truck.
in the truck? Okay, they do have a timeout, so they can challenge the play. And it was tough to get to me, so he wants to challenge the final catch. All right, run the play, please. Game over. That's a catch, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
That was easy enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's a catch all the way.
Washington was entitled to a challenge due to the fact they had a timeout. After replaying and looking at the video, it was a catch and a 2-point conversion. The game is officially over.
So Albany and Washington will square off next Saturday night in Albany. And Albany will be +1 on the scoreboard in this home-and-home playoff series aggregate scoring. And Coach Keefe is standing by with Ari.
All right, Coach, an amazing football game tonight. Comes down to the end. Take us through the decision to go for 2.
Well, that's what you do in arena football, so we kind of taught the Albany fan base exactly why to do this. The next possession would be sudden death, and it's very easy to score in arena football, so why kick off? and give Washington an opportunity to kick a field goal on a 50-yard field. We're not going to do that. Any coach would do that. You go for two, just like Baltimore did to Philadelphia about 4 weeks back. That's the right call. I trust our offense. We came out here with a victory tonight.
With how competitive tonight's game was and only having a 1-point advantage, what will your message be this week getting ready to take on Washington at home?
Well, I think everybody thinks that just because it's an aggregate in a two-game situation that the goal is to come in here and win by 42 and then we sit everybody in the second game. It's professional football. It shows you how good arena football is. We didn't play our best. Washington played a really, really good game. Fortunately, we still came out here with a win. That's the main goal, but that's why you go home the second time. The goal is to win. Let's not worry about points. Let's just win a football game. I'll take this, and that's a good message that you can't sleep on anybody, and you got to play to the end of the whistle.
Coach, we enjoyed this. We'll see you next week in Albany.
Good stuff, guys. Thanks for the coverage.
All right, thanks.
Ari, they will be +1 when they go home for next Saturday night's leg 2 of this playoff series. For Sed Bonner, Ari Wolf, and our entire crew, I'm Brent Stover. Tomorrow, the AFL playoffs continue here on CBS Sports Network. 6 Eastern, the Philadelphia Soul take on the Baltimore Brigade. The 2 versus 3 matchup in leg 1 of their 2-game home-and-home playoff series. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Now it's professional bowling, the U.S. Women's Open